Hi, it's Laura at Aquamarine18. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. Welcome. I am back with another installment in Top Tarot Trumps, started by Masha over at Musings by Masha, who as always I will link in the description box below. If you are here, I have no doubt that you are well familiar with this tag at this point, where we are every few weeks sharing our favorite iterations of the different major arcana cards in order. I say that you have absolutely encountered this before because at this point we are at Major Arcana 12, which is the Hanged one. So I have 5 favorites that I have chosen this time, and I might have more renamed cards than ever this time, which was not really deliberate. I didn't go looking for renamed cards, but I seem to have come up with quite a few in this particular instance. So, without further ado, top 5 favorites. In no real particular order, but saving my favorite for last. The first one that I will share is from the Heart and Hands Tarot by Liz Blackbird. This is mass market now. I have the indie. This is trimmed. This deck is huge. This Hanged Man is in a kind of chrysalis of sorts, suspended from the top of the card there. And there are some tentacles happening, and some plants and different flourishes and things like this. I feel like a lot of animal decks for the Hanged Man depict a chrysalis with presumably something between a caterpillar and a butterfly in it. And I like that this one is a very kind of humanoid shaped one. I think that that's interesting. It's not like any other one that I have seen before. I think that, you know, this kind of chrysalis imagery is popular in decks because it speaks to the kind of transformative aspect of this card really clearly, you know, and it's kind of a preparation in advance of the transformation that is the card that comes after it, right? So I really like this one. I really like it visually, and you know, this is maybe the most conventional the most conventional depiction of the 5 that I have picked. So that is the Heart and Hands Tarot by Liz Blackbird. The next one that I chose, one of the renamed cards, is the Precipice card from the Slow Hauler Tarot. And this is not this is not the only card that in my collection has a Kimbaku image on the card for Major Arcana 12. But I really like this one. I like leg hair in decks. Just, it makes me feel represented. And I like the rename of the precipice here, and that the person is suspended over this kind of ambiguous precipice there at the bottom. The guidebook talks about kind of needing to allow oneself to experience this kind of abyss in order to be able to move past it into something else. And I really like the guidebook that goes with this deck. And yeah, I think that, you know, if insofar as a card is going to potentially deal with themes like punishment or shame, you know, this kind of image just feels a lot more relatable to me than some of the other more conventional hanged mans, to be honest. I feel like this one speaks to the, you know, different kind of point of view that the hanged one gets, taking on a different angle as something, you know, done deliberately, something agreed to, something embraced, in ways that not all cards do in such a, clear, explicit way. And I appreciate that. I just really like this card. The next one that I chose, also renamed, is the floating one from the Flow Tarot. So here we have a little frog face with the reflection in the water. And I really like the idea of an amphibious creature as a hanged one. The hanged one feels liminal to me, and there's something about an amphibious creature that I think suits that kind of state of suspension of the hanged one quite well. I also just feel like floating, and calling this one's called the floating one, but like the experience of floating is one that I really like. I'm a avid and enthusiastic swimmer. If you didn't know that about me, now you do. Floating is such a magical experience to me. And there is this kind of aspect of being, this one is between worlds. There is this kind of aspect of being suspended while floating, right? That feels like it allows for a really different kind of feeling than just kind of standing around, I guess, or sitting around. So I really like this floating one. The next one that I chose, also renamed, and also an animal. I chose the Suspended card from Tarot of the North Atlantic. And this deck, as you can see, is a jellyfish. And this deck is embroidered, as I've shown before. So it's a really cool kind of textural deck. And the creator of this deck has a kind of like a little white book, I guess, but it's a PDF that talks about how jellyfish can control how shallow or deep they go, and then kind of float along with the water, and talks about this in terms of, experiencing a situation in such a way with allowing change to happen, allowing movement to happen, and not kind of forcing against the situation so much. And I like that in the context of a hanged man or hanged one card. And obviously kind of visually there's something, now I've given away my last card because I'm flailing it because I'm a hand talker. There's something, what do I want to say about this? There's something really kind of just visually interesting and striking in terms of a hanged one or suspension and a jellyfish and how magical they can look. So I really like that as a hanged one. Finally, you've already seen the back, so you probably know what my favorite hanged man or hanged one in this case card is. And it's a deck that will be showing up in a number of places in this top tarot trumps for me for sure. That is the Spacious Tarot with the Earthrise photo on it. And I was thinking about this Earthrise card the other day because the astronaut who took this photo passed away very, very recently. And so I was reading a kind of interview with him about this experience and about taking this photo. And what better kind of depiction of getting a previously unimaginable perspective on the world than this? I think that this is just a really brilliant choice. I think it's a beautiful image. The photo is amazing. And I think, there's so much about this photo as a kind of world-changing photo. This photo circulating around the world had impacts on the environmentalist movement, for example, as a completely new way of seeing the earth that we all call home. And insofar as the Hanged one is about, taking on new perspectives in ways that might be uncomfortable, right? But that are transformative. I think that this is a really, really beautiful image for that. And so that's why this is my favorite Hanged one. So again, the ones that I have shared, the Chrysalis Hanged Man of the Heart and Hands Tarot, the Precipice in the Slow Holler Tarot. The Fifth Spirit Tarot has a Kimbaku card as well for that card 12. The floating one is from the Flow Tarot. The Suspended is from the Tarot of the North Atlantic. And this beautiful Hanged one is a photo called Earthrise, and this is from the Spacious Tarot. So those are my Hanged ones. I look forward to seeing yours. If you'd like to tell me about them in the comments, please do. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.